Hi, this is Bret Wallace, your Fort Bend County Realtor. We can't wait to show you yet another neighborhood today. And by we, I mean my sister and partner, Amber Moore. Let's go.
Hi everyone, I'm Amber Moore.
And I'm Bret Wallace.
Okay, so as Bret mentioned, we are at the pinnacle state of where the future development of Austin Point is going to be here. I really have no idea where the heck we are, guys. I mean, literally, there's barbed wire going on.
Oh, no, I got a call.
I'm very important. People know me.
Get over this. Anyway, instead of actually doing the barbed wire climbing, I think we are going to mainly take this from the drone today because there's really nothing on the ground to physically see yet,
yes,
right?
So in the history of our channel and my real estate career, I've never had more questions, more phone calls, more texts about a community that is at this stage of development. So we're gonna come out here in phases, and I'll try to supplement more video in the future. But I'm telling you, this is gonna be huge. Signorelli, which is a developer in the Woodlands, they bought this. It was the Moore family farm, and we're gonna go into more of the details in the background. But this thing is gonna be massive. Massive. I think 15, 18, 20,000 homes, but about 50,000 residents, which is more than the city of Rosenberg currently. So this is going to be ginormous.
You are going to retire out here doing real estate,
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
this is going to carry me to the old folks home. So.
He needs some help, guys.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Let's get into it.
Okay, Bret, so let's talk about where we are specifically right now.
Okay, so let's talk about where we're at right now, and then we'll talk about where we're at in the future. So,
are we going to travel in time? This is like Back to the Future?
Exactly.
I like it.
So Austin Point is, I would say, about 7-8 miles south on FM 762 from Crab River Road, right, and Thompson Highway. That's a little bit colloquial. That's kind of what we refer to it as, but
wait, Thompson Highway is really 762, right? They're synonymous?
Correct. And 762 does a right angle, and it turns, it's messed up. So we're about, as the crow flies, probably about 10, 12, 13 miles from Sugarland. Okay, but it's not that. That's why I said, like, here's where we're at currently versus where we're at in the future. The future, which is very important, we're at the intersection of the future Grand Parkway and Fort Bend Parkway collaboration, where they're going to meet. Okay, so the growth in Fort Bend County is in this area. And like, you can't see it now. That's why we wanted to take the channel out here so early on, getting more calls and texts, like I said in the intro, that people are wondering about this. And there's just, we haven't seen the big earth moving equipment yet, but they're just prepping the land. And this is the old Moore family ranch. Hilmer Moore, the longest running mayor, and I know there might have been one other one, but the mayor of Richmond. The Moore family is a very legendary and very famous family in Fort Bend County.
Hey, my last name's Moore. If only I were truly related, though.
Yeah, we'd be carving out a place to put our own house up here right now before the development went up. But yeah, no, the old Moore family ranch. This is it was acquired by Signorelli 2 or 3 years ago, and I mean, it is just it's unbelievably big. The imprint, we were driving, you're like, what does this even compare to? And I'm like, I'm not sure square footage wise, land square footage, but the only thing in comparison to Fort Bend County is Sienna.
Right.
Okay.
So you're saying that this, though, is approximated to be 4,700 total acres when this is all built out and completed. That's what they're estimating.
Yeah, and
right?
I just don't know what Sienna is, but 4,700 total acres. So a comparison to that is about the size of 5 downtown Houstons.
Wow.
Okay. The CEO of Signorelli said, quote, "Our vision is to create the next great town in Texas. Austin Point will set the standard for a fully integrated master plan town, not a master plan community, a master plan town that reflects how people live in a modern setting."
And they also went on to say it'll be a hub of innovation, wellness, nature-inspired living, culture, and connection.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's like I said, it's not just a small community, it's a small town, and they really want to utilize green space well, to the tune of about 1,000 acres is going to be green space, and that's bigger than Manhattan's Central Park.
Wow, that's I'm really glad you had that for just context.
Yeah, because a lot of our people know the exact size of Central Park, including me. I've never been.
But
no.
I need to get you out of Texas sometime.
Okay.
Okay. So what I love too is that they really have great plans here for the community as a whole. So this master plan project will also consist of 15 million square feet of mixed use space. And that's going to be really important because you don't want to have to drive really far to get to things. So they're going to have multifamily areas, offices, medical, retail, hospitality, all the things that I feel like go along with a master plan community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And about 15,000 homes are projected. I think I said maybe 15 or 20 at the beginning, but yeah, closer to the 15,000, maybe even a little under. But again, if you put in about 3 to 3.5 people per home, you're looking at a population of about 50,000 residents.
Which is wild, because I'm glad you have this note here too, because we grew up in Richmond, Rosenberg, and the total population, right?
Yeah, it was like 25,000 growing up. We're like, well, let's just call it Rose Rich because we need to combine with Rosenberg because they're like 15 or 16 and we're like 9. Yeah, that's insane.
So now this is going to be projected to be just bigger than the entire city of Rosenberg alone.
Well, the population is, I don't know about size-wise, but yeah, definitely more residents will call Austin Point home than the city of Rosenberg in 2024.
That's
right?
crazy.
So let's talk about, now the specifics about builder lineups and offerings is a little bit vague. I'm sure they're going to kind of tighten it up a little bit more, but what we have so far is that price points, we're going to be able to get people in the upper 200s.
Wow. Okay.
Is the goal. So right now, and it's early 2024, about a year probably before any of these homes are actually
all the signs literally say 2025, so we're at least a year out.
Yeah, this year will be developing and they'll be getting the sections ready, model home rows ready. They might pre-sell towards the end of the year, but nobody's going to be living in Austin Point until 2025, right? So price points 270s or roughly to over 600s, and I'm sure that those numbers are going to both go up, right? The entry level and the higher end. So phase 1, which is going to be approximately 400 homes, right now the builder lineup states that it's going to be Ashton Woods, Beezer Homes, Dries Homes, Castle Rock, David Weekley Homes, Newmark Homes, Perry Homes, William David Homes, and Weston Homes.
That's a great lineup. Really good range.
Absolutely.
And then it looks like, you can get a starter home probably around 1,500 square feet. And of course, when you have Dries and Weston, you're going to get up in William David, you're going to get to the 4,500 square foot point very easily, I would say. And it looks like they're going to have an active 55 and better section, which is great. Also highly desirable. We get a lot of phone calls about that as well. And I was just thinking about too, Brett, this is really cool. We were talking about this development on our channel even a couple years ago. We featured this, and we'll link the video to the 3 secret master plan communities.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's when we started getting initial calls. So we're really grateful to even give an update on this.
Yeah, this project has been in the works for a while, and people have waited so long that I think we even have a client that's bought and sold since then that was looking for this property that started calling us about this development. So anyway, some notable features and amenities. The I would say probably the biggest and most notable thing that I've seen and done research or read about is called the 1824. Okay, community.
The year?
No, that's just what it's called. The 1824. That's going to be the main attraction here in Austin Point. Community event space, a cafe, a wine bar. Hello, a bodega, an outdoor concert and event lawn area, children's play area, beer garden. Hello again. A food truck court.
I'm excited about that. Okay.
Usually they just say, hey, just use that parking lot when it's, but they'll have a dedicated food truck court area and an outdoor fitness
that's
area.
Really cool. Okay.
Yeah, so the amount of features and amenities in this community are going to be, it's going to be like a small city, so there's going to be way more than that. These are just the initial things we're hearing about, but the 1824 is going to be kind of the hub of the neighborhood's activity and amenities.
That makes sense. So obviously anything about specific tax rates and HOA are still TBD at this point, but we'll keep the channel posted. And obviously, what would a master plan community, where you couldn't call it complete without an on-site elementary school? So it looks like going to be plans to have on-site schools, which is always highly desirable. And that's really fantastic. So that's a wrap for Austin Point. If you would like more information, definitely reach out to us. We can put you on a distribution list of sorts. And of course, we'd be happy to talk to you about this anytime. Brett is really excited, obviously, because he lives down here in the South. And this is going to take him into retirement. He'll be a grandparent out here touring. This is going to be a sight to see, everyone. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again here next week.